I can't believe I'm winterizing my boat on such a gloriously beautiful day. But I'm afraid they're few and far between, and it's time to do it. You hear that? A little something in that. We're going to do plugs and wires in the spring. I don't think we'll need, we're going to do a tune-up in the spring. You hear that? Just not quite right there. Not what I like to hear. I like to hear it running absolutely smooth. We got to come up here and we're in good shape. We'll run her up a little bit. Not really what I'm here to talk to you about, but recently somebody had asked in a smart-ass way how I got into winterizing and repairing boats. So while we fog this down, I'm going to answer that question. And when you're fogging your engine down, use a good fogging oil. Don't buy that Sierra brand shit. I use Evinrude Johnson Genuine Parts fogging oil. So recently somebody asked me in a shitty and smart-ass way here on YouTube how I got into winterizing and repairing boats. Shit, I don't like that. I want a little bit more than that. There, that's it. What I did there was fog the engine down so that what this does is it coats the valves. So that's the most important part, is it coats the valves and all the internal engine parts, because she's going to be sitting. So you don't want internal engine parts to rust. Hold on a second, let me go shut this water off. So like I said, recently someone had asked me how I got into winterizing and repairing boats. And what happened was, you know, growing up in my family, we always did as much engine repair work and whatever we could on our own. Okay? Basically as a means of saving money. But I enjoy it too, and I think my father enjoyed it. Working on stuff, taking shit apart, fixing it, fixing your own engine. There's pride in it, and there's enjoyment in it. But I just kind of followed my father's lead, winterizing our own boat. And then from time to time we would talk about how, boy, a guy could make some extra money winterizing boats. And so later in life, after the wrecking business, I decided to do that. And I don't really advertise. If I advertised, I would have way more work than I could get to. I've got a decent clientele, and I do take new clients. It's not that I don't. It's just that I don't really advertise. It's all word of mouth, and what I charge to winterize an engine is way below what the marina charges. So, that being said, I can, you know, like my father and I talked about it years and years ago, you know, I can make good money winterizing engines. And I do, I also offer service, engine service if people want it. But a lot of people are pretty tight with their money, especially when you own a boat. You're already putting money out like crazy. So people generally, what they'll do is, I got some customers but they like to do everything. They like to do full service. And what I mean by full service is at the end of the year, when you winterize your boat, you generally you do service on your engine outdrive, meaning change oil, change the spark plugs, do tune-ups, service your outdrive, meaning you got to remove the outdrive, check the gimbal bearing, push out all the old grease, re-grease the gimbal bearing, grease the U-joints, and change the oil on the outdrive. So some people are like with me, that's what I generally do. Although in the last several years, haven't really put the hours on this boat to justify changing the outdrive oil, or even the engine oil for that matter. Just haven't had the time that I would like to spend on it. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. So I enjoy working on doing repairs, and again, what I do is a mobile service. I do a mobile repair service and mobile winterization, shrink wrapping, all that shit. And I charge a very reasonable price compared to what people are paying at their marina. So can do pretty good. And in the spring, same thing. During the spring and summer, I do repairs, whatnot. And yeah, man, I enjoy it, and there's good money in it. But not only that, it's given me an opportunity to check out many different boats, and an opportunity to get on boats that perhaps I'll never be able to afford in my life. I service and winterize 50-foot Hatteras and Sea Rays and 60 and 70-foot cigarette boats. And you know, when you repair something, you got to take it for a test drive, right? So yeah, man, I've gotten to go out and get on boats that and drive boats that otherwise I'd probably never be able to drive in my life. So that's been pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, if you know anything about boats, you know that what BOAT stands for, bust out another 1,000. So if you want to make extra money, if you know how to do this shit, people love having a mobile service, meaning you come to them, and especially if your prices are reasonable, which my prices are, and I'm talking not just reasonable. There's been instances where I've charged 3 times less what the marina charges, and let me tell you something. I'm not doing it for free, and I'm making damn good money doing it. So that tells you just how hard the marinas are sticking it up your ass. It's too bad, really. I mean, you know, and you got to understand, some of these marinas have a lot of overhead and all that, but it's not so much the overhead that's killing them. It's what it usually is they were, you know, they were bad with their finances. They got a whole bunch of a whole bunch of credit out there, and that's the case more often than not. These marinas, they're just in, you know, financial trouble. They get in over their head. They buy, especially if they're selling boats, like, you know, new boats or even used boats. That's a easy way to get in way over your head, and then you know, owe a whole bunch of money to banks and whoever. So that's, you know, a part of the reason why they're charging what they charge for services. But you know, for a guy like me that, you know, really don't have any overhead, and like I say, and I really don't advertise either, because if I did, I would be, I've already had to farm out work because I've just had more work than I could get to, and I don't want to let people down. So, and occasionally I get my little nephew to help me if I need help, but I've got another guy, mechanic, whatever you want to call him, does the same kind of thing as me, and he's real good and reliable at it, so I farm some work out to him if I get too busy. Which some of my customers, you know, most of my customers, they'll say, no, fuck that, I'll wait, you know. They want to wait for me because they trust me. I've built a good reputation, I have an excellent reputation in southeast Michigan. I don't go too much further. I service southeast Michigan, Lake St. Clair, Lake Erie. I'll go to, you know, Lake Huron, Port Huron for the right job. I mean, that's the thing, is if I have to drive out there, I gotta add to the price. So, but even so, I can almost guarantee you I'm gonna be well below what any marina is gonna charge you. But yeah, man, that's how I got into doing this stuff, and like I said, it's really been enjoyable for me. And like I say, it's really given me a lot of opportunity to get on boats that I otherwise would never be able to get on or afford. So there's your answer, Dick Lick. And the rest of you guys, have a good day. Peace out.